worst review I have ever read, and she says my book is even worse still. Don't be such a gloomy Gus, says the perky publicist before she hangs up. You know, any publicity is good publicity. I wonder about this. It seems too convenient. Surely a plumber would not stand before a customer and a burst pipe, wrench in hand, sewage seeping onto the carpet, and proudly proclaim, "Any plumbing is good plumbing." I am out with Q at a restaurant in the village. She is wearing her beauty casually, as she always does, draped like a comfortable sweater. She is full of life. The light from the flickering tea candle on the table reflects gently off her glowing face, and one can see the aura around her. She is glorious. The tables are close together, virtually on top of one another. We are near enough to our neighbors that either Q or I could reach out and take the salt from their table without fully extending our arms. It is a couple. They are talking about us. I am so full of Q that I do not notice. She, though, is distracted. "You two are in love," the man says finally. "Yes, we are," says Q. "It is lovely to see." "Thank you," she says. The woman, presumably the man's wife, continues to stare at us. This goes on through the end of the main course, and dessert, and even after the second cup of coffee has been poured. At last, she says, "You're that novelist guy, aren't you?" "Yes," I say, beaming. Wait a second, she says. "Don't tell me." I smile. "Let me guess. I know." She snaps her fingers and points. "John Grisham," she cries. "Yes," I say. "Yes, I am." The Colbert Report has me as a guest. I am excited about the appearance. I have not seen the show, but my agent says it is popular with the sort of people who might read my book, and she says the host is quite funny. She knows this will appeal to me, as it does. I am something of an amateur comedian, and as I wait for the show to begin, I envision snappy repartee. In the green room, they have put out fruit. The spread consists of cantaloupe and honeydew and watermelon. I do not care for honeydew, but I respect it as a melon. The cantaloupe is luscious. The watermelon, however, is less impressive. It is a cheap crop, grown in China, and seems to me to have no place on a corporate fruit plate. I make a mental note to talk to one of the staff about this. Approximately 15 minutes before showtime, a production assistant enters the room and gives me some brief instructions. In a few minutes, they will take me onto the stage, where I will sit on the set until the interview begins. I will be on following a segment called The Word. Colbert will introduce me, and then she says, this is unusual, he will run over to greet me. Unfortunately, I either do not hear or do not understand this last instruction. I think she says that I should run over to meet him. I am not sure why I get this wrong. I think, most likely, I just hear what I want to hear. I am a runner, and I conclude this will be a unique opportunity to demonstrate to a national audience my unique combination of speed and humor. I suppose I get caught up in all that. Approximately 20 minutes into the show, Colbert introduces me. He says, "My guest this evening is the author of the new novel Time's Broken Arrow, which the New York Times has praised as unique and singular." He graciously omits the following word from the review, bad. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome..." At the sound of my name, I lower my head and break into a sprint. As I round the corner of the set, I see Colbert. He is merely in a light jog. He does this every night. But it is too late for either of us to stop. I make a last-ditch effort to veer to the left, but he turns in the same direction, and I strike him squarely in the head. Even as he is injured, he is supremely self-possessed and funny. As he falls to the ground, he says, "Et tu, so fall Colbert." He is concussed.